Hello and welcome back, YouTube. Well, life is moving at me insanely fast right now, and hopefully as I'm heading to work tonight, I can focus on what all is happening and get that out coherently. It's always a bit of a challenge when I'm just, talking unscripted as I drive in the valley of the really shitty drivers. I mean the valley of the sun. And boy, do we have sun. It's 113 degrees out right now, 3:43 p.m. It's Tuesday, July 18th, 2023. And yeah, 113. I wish it was 103. We could use a cool day around here. 113 right now, and looking at the forecast for the next couple of weeks, and it's just, that record for most consecutive days of temperatures above 110. Not only are we breaking that today, but we're shattering it, and way more than the guys on the news were saying that they thought we would shatter it yesterday or the day before. Way more than that. Really need to be hurrying to work, but hang on, I just want to read this because this is insane. So forecast for tomorrow: high 117, for Thursday 118, for Friday 119, Saturday 115, Sunday 114, Monday 113, Tuesday 115, Wednesday 114. That's Wednesday of next week, and the following Thursday 113. My weather app forecast screen, it doesn't go any farther than that. So yikes. It is what it is, you can't change the weather. So all I can do is deal with it the best I can in a car that doesn't have a functioning radiator fan, which I'm getting pretty good at. I mean, I just, it's part of driving. I watch my temperature gauge way closer than I watch my speedometer. But I've always said driving with the flow of traffic is way more important than doing the speed limit. Of course, it's so funny how people are misinterpreting my short that has gone completely viral of the guy criminal speeding on Loop 303. So many people, why are you so mad, bro? Why are you mad? Never at any point in that video do I say that I'm mad. I just simply state that the guy is criminally speeding, no more, no less. And criminally speeding and lane drifting, which he is. And that's not me going, well, the guy's bad. For the most part, it was a somewhat safe maneuver, but I was doing 75. The guy flew by me, clearly I was doing 75 and a 65, so I'm 10 over the limit. He clearly passed by me as if I was parked, so definitely doing well over 10 miles an hour more than me. So well within the range of criminal speeding. Criminal speeding, according to Arizona statute, is anything 20 miles per hour above the posted speed limit. Now, to be fair, Arizona has a really odd speeding law. Now, criminal speeding is 20 over posted. There's just considered to be no excuse for doing 20 over posted. For all the people that are putting in the comments on that video, maybe he had an emergency. Yeah, he wasn't driving an emergency vehicle. If he has that kind of an emergency, he needs to pull over and dial 911. Just saying. I have an emergency is no excuse for criminal speeding. There's no self-defense, I had an emergency, statutory defense kind of thing for criminal speeding. Unlike there is with assault. As assault charges I'm pending, I've got a really basic self-defense defense. Self-defense. Well, that sounds redundant, but I guess that'd be probably the right way to say it. Because the guy was brandishing a weapon and threatening me, and it's just kind of whack that there's no mention of that in the police report. And I'm thinking the only way I'm going to set that straight is by getting police. Wow, she'd clean up very well, although she looks frighteningly underage. Whoa. Not only does she look frighteningly underage, she looks extremely familiar. I think that's the girl that I interviewed after she was getting kicked off the property at 44th Street and Van Buren at the Circle K. Anyway, on that note, I'm pressed for time. I need to get inside, get myself my big gulp, get myself my hot dog, so I'm not going into work on an empty stomach, and I shall be right back. And I'm back. That was a super... Quit dinging, car. That was a super quick break. It's 3:51. Oh, excuse me, 3:51. And you know what? Before I head out and find myself getting caught in traffic, it's one of those stitch in time saves 9 kind of moments. I need to check on the traffic view and see what the hell I'm dealing with. Yeah, I don't care about low accuracy. I care about where the traffic is. Yeah, 143 jammed up for a good mile-ish, approaching the curve. That's pretty predictable. 202, absolutely clear, like well into and all the way through Mesa. Loop 101 southbound, absolutely jammed up from like McDowell to Southern, so it looks like I'm going to do 202. It looks like I'm going to pretty much do the same thing I did last time for the commute there. So, all right, I got this. Glad I checked that, though. Sometimes the traffic patterns are completely predictable, and what I just saw there, looking at traffic, was pretty predictable. Oh, God, I just got really hot in here really quick. Wonder if it's up to 114 yet. Yeah, some of the traffic patterns are generally predictable, but there's always things that could be unexpected. I mean, yeah, 202 was clear, and generally this time of day, 202 headed east will stay clear. They added lanes to it, regardless of what the... Okay, this guy has the right-of-way to my left, and I don't understand why he's not going. Maybe it would help if I put my right blinker on so he knows I'm turning right, since the angle I'm sitting at would indicate that I might be turning left. Yeah, quit gesticulating and just go. You have the right of way. You too. You can do it. I hate people who have the right of way and don't take it because they think they're somehow being courteous by sitting there and making bizarre hand gestures. Bizarre hand gestures are not part of the traffic code. Just fucking go. When you have the right of way, go. Everybody go. When it's their turn, go. And when it's my turn, I will go without issue. Just like that. And I'll patiently wait as long as it takes until I can. Which really wasn't that long. Hello. Oh gosh. So favorite 7-Eleven clerk was in there. He looked like he was having a rough day, and it also looked like he was alone, and it was kind of busy. So and another absolutely gorgeous, not quite as gorgeous, but this one looked of age, like looked to be, I would say, mid to late 20s, maybe early 30s, and maybe not homeless, maybe just pedestrian, with walking, dealing with the bus sort of thing. But she had a backpack on. She did look pretty clean and cute. Although then again, the scantily dressed, oh my God, she looks young girl that was there right when I rolled up, she also looked very clean as well. So, that sort of thing distracts me. It really does. So yeah, my favorite cashier in there, I swear that guy must work 80 hours a week at that store. It doesn't seem to matter what time of the day I show up. He's working. 4 in the afternoon, 4 in the morning. He's just, I don't know how he does it. And he's been there for years and years. I remember talking to him after finishing my shows at the break room. Like back before the pandemic. So anyway, he seemed to be having a rough day. Some guy pulled a, so they've something I hadn't realized they'd done, and I just noticed it for the first time today. But keep in mind, I don't buy alcoholic beverages very often. I do like to drink, but I don't like to drink alone, which is probably a good thing, because if I was the kind of person who likes to drink alone, I would have probably drank myself into oblivion years ago. But that said, yeah, I like to drink, and generally speaking, I like to drink in bars for the whole social aspect of it, which is kind of ironic considering how often I go to bars and I'm just sitting by myself with 4 cell phones, 4 smartphones laid out in front of me, using them all like a tablet, like some kind of twisted, split into segments tablet, and not even talking to anybody. And sometimes getting annoyed if somebody comes up and just starts talking to me that I don't want to talk to me, which is pretty much women actions, come to think of it. But I don't know. It really depends on what the person says. I mean, the one thing I don't want to hear is, you need to get glasses. Yeah, I wish that solution worked for me. Been there, done that, tried that. It doesn't. Now, if you could fuck off and mind your own business over there, that'd be great. Or you can sit at the bar stool next to me, but I'm already done talking to you. Have a nice day. Speaking of people at the bar who could be interpreted as rude, no word from Joyce yet regarding karaoke. I'm actually not planning on showing up Saturday. Now, I might change my mind between now and Saturday, but the way she yelled at me, I'm ready to set up Saturday early. Welcome back, YouTube. So, lost a little bit of the trip on Loop 202 because Obama Phone 3 overheated. No shock there. Yeah, it's hot when Obama's Phone 3 overheats, because generally speaking, it takes the heat well, way better than my iPhone. I mean, I pretty much stopped shooting video on the iPhone because it's just been too hot, at least in the daytime, for the iPhone to have a chance in hell in shooting video. And at this point, space on the iPhone is just such an issue, contributing to it by shooting more video that will have to sit there for about 2 weeks until I can get around to editing it. Is just aggravating the situation. Although, to be fair, it doesn't actually sit there for that long. The way the iCloud works, at some point it gets sucked into the iCloud and replaced with a thumbnail, and I guess this is the tiniest bit of video to sort of started watching with the assumption that I have bandwidth available to suck it down and stream it off the iCloud and then store it if I'm watching it, all of it or whatever. Or if I'm trying to edit it. But, wow. Got somebody weaving in and out of traffic. Passing on the right to weave in and out of traffic. And he came from behind me. Yeah, look at this guy. Red SUV just cut off the gray truck. You know, and a lot of people on that viral video that I got about the guy criminally speeding on, and it's a short video, it's like 15, 16 seconds. The guy criminally speeding on Loop 303. The amount of views that's getting there right now is blowing my mind. But anyway, the amount of people saying, well, this is normal. Didn't say it wasn't. And yeah, that's part of the problem. The fact that driving at a speed that is statutorily criminal speeding on Phoenix freeways when there's not a lot of traffic is completely normalized. Yeah, that's a problem. The fact that people weaving in and out of traffic is completely normal. That's also a problem. The fact that people think nothing of passing on the right, or conversely, camping in the left lane, also a problem. I mean, would I like to be driving faster right now? Yeah. I mean, I'm following this large truck at a safe distance in the right lane. I'm taking the next exit, so what do I stand to gain by trying to pass it right now? Not enough to make a difference. And we're doing 65, which is the speed limit anyway. You know, would I like to be doing 75 or 70, 78? Yeah. Definitely. But I'm getting off at the next exit. So why should I endanger myself or anybody else by trying to do additional lane changes and burning more gas by trying to rapidly accelerate around it? To gain what? 15, 20 seconds. That will be lost, most likely, at my next red light. I was a cab driver for the better part of 19 years. And I'm very attentive to what maneuvers get me to destinations faster. And trying to fly through traffic, weaving in and out of it, really isn't one of them. All it does is just endanger people. The best thing to do is be aware of where bad traffic is. Don't drive into it. Be ready to turn right on red if it's an option versus sitting and waiting at a light. Drive at speeds where you can time the lights, and drive at such a speed that when you arrive at an intersection, the light turns green, so you're not waiting at it or having to accelerate from a dead stop at it. Those are the kind of things. Oh, and know where the fuck you're going. When you reach your destination, be at the right place to quickly enter the lot. Yeah, there's a whole lot of things that will increase your efficiency when you're driving. But it's a slight gain you might get from weaving in and out of traffic. It's rarely worth the time that you think you might save doing it. But I notice usually people like that, especially when you see them on roads like this, they just end up at the light before I do. Just sitting there waiting at a red light, burning more fuel, wasting time. And then I end up passing them at light because, of course, I timed the light so that I get green. I just switch to an open lane and right by them while they're trying to accelerate. Like right now, like you see it's green. And that last one just changed. This one's probably getting ready to change soon. I'm just timing like it's traffic slowing down. I'm trying to slow down to keep a nice safe distance behind everybody. Yeah, and tailgating. That's just a formula for rear-ending somebody. And when you rear-end somebody because they slam on their brakes, newsflash, that accident was your fault. Because you should have been far enough behind them to prevent it. All right, that's enough driving tips for me today. Oh, you know what? I was going to say I was at 5:51. This is going to cut off in 10 minutes, but it's not. So as I mentioned, I'm shooting on Obama Phone 5. I ran out of space on that quickly. No shock there. Because this phone has very little space on it. Have I mentioned Obama Phone 5 is awful? I think I have. Yeah. So, considerably less awful than Obama Phone 1, the very first one, which was also a UMX, but it shares a lot of bad traits that the other UMX had, even though it's definitely a significant step up. Anyway, I was surprised that the default resolution for its camera was 1080p. Now, granted, it looked pretty shitty shooting at 1080p. It definitely had the weird everything looks like it's wiggling effect going on from the processor not being able to keep up with as quickly as it's capturing video. And it also had the issue low frame rate, lost frames. Anyway, I've finally gone in and dinked around with the settings on it. I figured whenever I get a new phone, I want to try shooting some video with its default settings just to see how that is. Usually default settings are optimized for the device. Yeah, not at all for this. It's just probably whatever the default is for Android, whatever version of Android is on here. And hopefully what I've got it on, not only optimized for what I do, but hopefully a little more device friendly. Of course, it's the first time I've shot video like this, so I'll know when I watch it. In the meantime, I'm just, educated guess on what I want the settings to be, and I'm hoping for the best. Turn my AC off because it's not overheating now, but it looks like I'm probably not going to make this light. I used to live in this neighborhood for quite a while. Let's say in 2000. Yeah, just in the year 2000. I'd say about half of the year 2000. I used to live a little bit off to the right on the south side of Dobson. Oh, I could have made that green. I really thought I had no chance in hell of making that green. So I was coming over here, that way I could get the green left arrow before the next green. This is going to be a bit of a light, so I'm going to shut off the car so I'm not continuing to generate more heat with the engine. And yeah. So there was the left turn cycle for Broadway. Now Broadway's going forward. Wow, there's brand new street signs up. The street signs at this intersection used to be green. The new ones are blue and have some kind of a districting logo on the left side of him. And it's not the ones for Fiesta District, because those ones are purple. It's interesting what at least it's interesting to me, what the city of Mesa is doing with their district-specific street signs, trying to give certain areas and neighborhoods an identity via those street signs. I don't know if anybody else is even noticing it, but I'm certainly noticing it. Asian District. You know, in a way that feels kind of racist, but they're not wrong. Yeah, and it wasn't like that when I lived here in 2000. But yeah, this has completely become the Asian District. In fact, a half mile to the north is Mekong Plaza, which is an entire mall, albeit a very small mall, but an entire mall just dedicated to Asian stores. I mean, even the ones that aren't Asian specific, such as there's a dental office and like there's an insurance agent in there and things like that. The people that are working there, most of them fluent in Vietnamese. So even though you're getting a service that you could get, pretty much anywhere in the valley, be that dentistry or insurance, the insurance office that I go to, nobody there speaks. I'm going to go and turn right here. Nobody there speaking Vietnamese. So the majority of them all though is a lot of small restaurants. So many options, different options for pho. There's a Vietnamese sandwich place there that unfortunately has changed owners several times. The original owners, just absolutely sweet couple, and used to be super friendly and familiar when Priscilla and I would go in there. And wow, I just got a weird sound out of Obama 45. I have no idea what that's supposed to be telling me, but apparently it's still shooting video. Anyway, it's changed hands. There have been a couple owners in the past that we've also kind of got to know it well. No, but not as well. I mean, I felt like we were getting to know that couple. Whereas the other owners have been there. I mean, at least they recognize us when we come used to. Now, at this point, we're not regular customers, but at this point, we live clear the hell out in Lower Arcadia, which is a long distance from here. It used to be that we both lived in Central Tempe, which is just a few minutes west of here. So, I'm talking about signs that are, the districting street signs. So this is definitely Fiesta District here, named after the Fiesta Mall, which is long since closed. And I don't think there's any kind of plans on the book as far as redeveloping it. But regardless, City of Mesa has dubbed this the Fiesta District. Really cool looking purple street signs, by the way. And giant artwork that was added before the mall was closed, behind me, of course, which you can't see that says Fiesta District. And there's still lots of businesses here that you would expect around the mall. Just the mall is dead. Most everything around the mall is still thriving. Well, I take that back. Actually, the restaurant on the left is vacant. The Verizon store is still there. Signs on the right, of course, for Fiesta Mall. Wells Fargo branch is still there. It's been there for a long time. AT&T store. Chipotle. Oh yeah, I'm definitely seeing some vacancies in the strip mall off to the left. Ooh, almost the entire strip mall off to the left is. Most of the pads in the front, like even Red Lobster, seems to be doing well, but looking at the strip mall behind it, yeah, everything looks dead. That's not good. Well, I managed to overheat Obama Phone 5. There's something that doesn't normally happen. Just wow. I caught a green light. So what you missed on the videos, I went directly across. I was talking about what all has happened around businesses in the Fiesta District, around Fiesta Mall. I want to turn left. It's been a while since I've gone through this neighborhood. I'm forgetting the best way to get through it. Actually, I'm thinking the best way to get through is just come on up here and make a left on Baseline. The more I think about it, I don't think anything crosses through from here to extension. But yeah, I got a left arrow to turn left onto, I think it was Emerald. So I took that rather than staying in the heavy traffic going southbound on Dobson. Normally this would be my opportunity to turn left and cross here, but I got a guy who's got the right of way trying to turn left off of Baseline. All right, there's my brake. Generally speaking, it's not worth it to be impatient at intersections like that. The way that street lights and everything are timed, you can usually count on a pretty sizable gap to get across intersections like that. Those are the sort of things that save time, as opposed to weaving it out of traffic. And granted, I did like 25 miles per hour down that street, but I had left it, turn arrow into it, and I'm sure I made it to here faster than had I gone all the way up to Baseline and hung a left. So I'm here, Restaurant Depot. It's a 4:12 p.m. Add 3 minutes, so 4:15. I'm 15 minutes early. That's excellent. Got enough time to park my car, walk across the street, get a hot dog, so I'm not working hungry. I am working with a sore back, and I do have to lift a lot of heavy cases here, so that does have me worried a bit. Yeah, I kind of got a sharp pain in my back right towards the beginning of the shift last night at HelloFresh Last Mile delivery, and it was within the first 15 minutes of getting there, and I just plowed through it, and within about another 15 minutes it wasn't bothering me, but I'm feeling it now, so hopefully I'm okay to get through this shift. I think the manager here thinks highly enough of me that if I let him know that my back is hurting so much that it is going to be a problem working, I think he'll let me roll out without any kind of penalty through Wonolo, assuming it's the same manager, that is. There was so much other stuff I wanted to mention, but like I said, hey, get all this stuff covered if I don't get distracted by other stuff. But of course, like most drives, I got distracted by a lot of other stuff, including 2 overheating phones. Never did get to really finish up and say what all I did with Obama Phone 5. I don't have time to do it now because I really want that hot dog. I want to get into the air conditioning. But thanks for coming with me on the obscenely hot drive.